So you're thinking of managing Bournemouth in Football Manager 24. Here's a 5-minute guide using in-game data to assess player performance and how that can inform your tactical and transfer needs. This is a mini Moneyball clinic. Before we start, let's introduce the pizza chart. Grouped by phase of play, this is a simple visualization for performance statistics. It is measured as a percentile compared to other players in a similar position. Each ring represents an interval of 10%. The slice represents which percentile the player is in. The bigger, the better. Let's take Lewis Cook as an example. He's in the 85th percentile for tackles 1 per 90. This means he's more active than 85% of other defensive midfielders at winning tackles. He's only in the 10th percentile for headers won, however, meaning that 90% of other defensive midfielders win more headers than him. A media prediction of 17th. On average, across multiple simulations, Bournemouth actually finished around 13th. Avoiding relegation isn't a certainty, but with the right approach you should survive, and even have an outside chance of a top half finish. Neto was the only goalkeeper to play significant minutes. A decent shot stopper, but his long distribution leaves a lot to be desired. Zabani led all centre-backs in both tackle and header win rate. As Bournemouth were often on the back foot, you would expect higher possession won metrics here, with only Sinisi really engaging in duels with any frequency. At right back, a notable difference. Adam Smith engages in tackles, Max Aarons picks up the pieces. They'd make a good partnership if it wasn't for them playing in the same position. Kirkesh is brilliant, harasses, wins the ball, can carry, and is quite progressive with the little possession he has. Pelly is safer and an adequate backup. None of the fullbacks are creative. Tyler Adams and Lewis Cook are solid as defensive midfielders, both in the 85th percentile for tackles and above average at winning and retaining possession. Billing is a jack of all trades, competent in most areas but doesn't stand out. Christie's creativity, leading the team in expected assists per 90, came at the cost of ball security. As a starter, Scott underwhelmed, neither creative or a goal threat. Tavernier was much better in that regard and also effective at pressing. Barbara showed flair and limited minutes. Justin Kluivert was the star, leading the team in dribbles and goals per 90. Semenyo sadly did none of these things. Solanke disappointed, rarely getting into shooting positions and as a result, rarely scoring goals. Unal did not have this problem, his 0.47 goals per 90 almost doubling Solanke's output. Perhaps surprisingly, I think Bournemouth would be well suited to a vertical tiki-taka style, using a 4-3-3 with a couple of tweaks. The fullbacks aren't creative, but they can support the attack. A defensive-minded 6 can protect the back line and allow Billing and Christie to get forward. Kluivert is a wide goal threat, Tavernier a creator. A pressing forward to support the defensive approach. With a narrow width, focused play through centre and underlaps are not really necessary. A standard tempo will help to avoid stagnant build-up. Everything else can remain as is. There is no transfer budget, and not enough wage budget to change that. The senior squad has either newly arrived, recently signed new contracts, don't attract sufficient interest, or injured. Unal, injured for 8 months, can have his loan terminated, generating a little money. You might want to consider some free transfers. Federico Navarro is exceptional at winning possession and keeping the ball safe, and can tie you over until Adams and Cook return. Felipe Caicedo offers decent goal scoring and creative output, which can be useful without Unal. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like or maybe even subscribing. And if you want to support the channel further, there's now a Patreon linked in the description below, where you can join these wonderful folks currently adorning your screen. See you next time.